Brain Health Essentials, Understanding Memory Loss, Prevention, and Strengthening Exercises. You walk into your kitchen and freeze. Why did you come here? The thought just vanished. Your heart races. Is this normal aging or something far more serious? What you're experiencing right now could be completely harmless, or it could be an early warning sign that demands immediate attention. Most people miss the difference until it's too late. I'll show you how to spot Alzheimer's warning signs, reveal 7 rules that can cut your dementia risk by 40%, and teach you memory exercises that take just 10 minutes a day. This is everything you need to protect your brain. Forgetfulness versus Alzheimer's. Let's start with what's happening in your brain. As we age past 60, our brains naturally slow down. Think of it like a well-used library where books take longer to find, but they're still there. That's normal. But Alzheimer's, that's different. That's books disappearing entirely, and eventually, the library itself crumbles. Here's what you need to understand. Your brain contains approximately 86 billion neurons. After age 60, you naturally lose about 85,000 neurons daily. But that's only 0.0001% of your total. The real issue isn't the loss itself, but whether your remaining neurons maintain strong connections. Normal age-related forgetfulness. Forget where you put keys, but remember later in the day. Walk into a room, forget why, but it comes back within minutes. Sometimes struggle to find words, but eventually recall them. Forget what day it is, but figure it out quickly by checking. Manage daily tasks and finances independently without assistance. May need to write things down more often than before. Occasionally forget names of acquaintances, but remember close friends and family. The 7 critical Alzheimer's warning signs. 1. Memory loss disrupting daily life. Not forgetting where you parked occasionally. We're talking about forgetting important dates repeatedly, asking the same questions within minutes of getting answers, or needing constant help for tasks you've done for decades. Example, forgetting you already ate breakfast and preparing it again, or not recognizing that your grandchild already told you the same story yesterday. 2. Difficulty planning or solving problems. Struggling to follow familiar recipes you've made for 30 years? Persistent trouble keeping track of monthly bills you always managed? Taking dramatically longer to complete routine tasks? This includes difficulty with numbers, concentrating on tasks, or working with sequential steps. You might notice you can no longer balance your checkbook or follow a recipe card you've used countless times. 3. Confusion with time or place, losing track of dates, seasons, and passage of time regularly, forgetting where you are or how you got somewhere familiar. This goes beyond momentarily forgetting the date. It's being unable to figure out what month or season it is, or driving to a location you've visited weekly for years and suddenly not knowing where you are or how to get home. 4. Trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships. Difficulty reading, judging distance, determining color or contrast. This can affect driving safety. You might pass a mirror and not realize you're seeing your own reflection, or have trouble judging how far away an oncoming car is. 5. Problems with words in speaking or writing, frequently stopping mid-conversation, completely unable to continue or find the right word. Consistently calling things by wrong names, like hand clock instead of watch, or mouth sticks. For toothbrush, unlike normal word-finding difficulties, this happens regularly and the person may not realize they're using incorrect words. 6. Misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. Putting items in unusual places, remote control in the refrigerator, wallet in the oven, and being unable to retrace steps to find them. This escalates to accusing others of stealing when items can't be found. Normal aging, lose keys occasionally. Alzheimer's, put milk in the cupboard, keys in the freezer, and cannot work backwards to figure out what happened. 7. Decreased or poor judgment, making increasingly bad decisions with money, falling for obvious scams, giving away large sums, paying less attention to grooming and hygiene when this was never an issue before, wearing inappropriate clothing for weather, heavy coat in summer. Understanding the brain science. In Alzheimer's disease, 2 abnormal protein structures damage neurons. Beta amyloid plaques accumulate between neurons, and tau tangles form inside neurons. These proteins disrupt cell-to-cell communication and eventually kill brain cells. The damage typically begins in the hippocampus, memory center, and entorhinal cortex, then spreads to other brain regions. This explains why memory problems appear first, followed by other cognitive difficulties. Critical timeline information. Alzheimer's brain changes can begin 20 years before symptoms appear. The disease progresses through stages. Preclinical, no symptoms, but brain changes occurring. Mild cognitive impairment, MCI, noticeable changes but can still function. Mild Alzheimer's, early stage. Moderate Alzheimer's, middle stage. Severe Alzheimer's, late stage. What you must do if you recognize 3 or more of these warning signs. Schedule a comprehensive cognitive evaluation with your doctor immediately. Don't wait. Early-stage Alzheimer's and MCI are when treatments work best and lifestyle interventions have maximum impact. Many symptoms can also be caused by treatable conditions, like vitamin B12 deficiency, thyroid problems, depression, medication side effects, or sleep disorders. Ask your doctor about these screening tests. Mini Mental State Examination, MMSE. Montreal Cognitive Assessment, MOCA, blood tests to rule out other causes. Brain imaging, MRI or CT scan if warranted. 7 golden rules. Now let me show you how to protect your brain. The truth is, if you're over 60, you're losing 85,000 brain cells daily. But here's the revolutionary news. Your brain has neuroplasticity, the ability to form new neural connections and even generate new neurons through neurogenesis in specific regions like the hippocampus. This continues even in your 80s or 90s. These 7 evidence-based rules maximize that regenerative power. Rule number 1, move your body. 150 minutes weekly of moderate exercise. The science is clear. Sedentary seniors have 50% higher dementia risk compared to active peers. But you don't need marathons. Brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or dancing works. Here's why. Exercise increases blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to brain tissue. It stimulates brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which promotes neuron growth and survival. It reduces inflammation and insulin resistance, both linked to cognitive decline. Specific recommendations. Aerobic exercise, 30 minutes, 5 days per week. Brisk walking, swimming, cycling. Resistance training, 2 days per week. Weights, resistance bands, body weight exercises. Balance exercises, daily, Tai Chi, yoga, standing on one foot. Start conservatively. Even 10 minutes after breakfast is beneficial. Gradually increase duration. Research backing. The finger study showed that a multi-domain intervention, including exercise, reduced cognitive decline by 25 to 30% over 2 years. Exercise has been shown to increase hippocampal volume by 2%, effectively reversing age-related loss by 1 to 2 years. Rule number 2, control blood pressure. Target below 130/80 mmG. High blood pressure in midlife, ages 40 to 65, increases late-life dementia risk by 60%. Hypertension damages blood vessels throughout the brain, causes mini-strokes, often unnoticed, reduces blood flow, and leads to white matter lesions affecting cognitive processing speed. Action steps. Check blood pressure at home weekly using a validated device. Reduce sodium intake to under 2,300 milligrams daily, ideally 1,500 milligrams. Eat potassium-rich foods: bananas, sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, beans. Limit alcohol to no more than 1 drink daily. Take prescribed blood pressure medications consistently. Don't skip doses. Lose weight if overweight. Even 5 to 10 pounds makes a difference. Additional numbers to monitor. Cholesterol. Keep LDL under 100 milligrams per deciliter. Blood sugar. Fasting glucose under 100 milligrams per deciliter. HbA1c under 5.7%. BMI. Aim for 18.5 to 24.9. Rule number 3. Challenge your mind daily. 30+ minutes of novel learning. Cognitive reserve is your brain's resilience against damage. Higher education and mentally stimulating careers build this reserve, but you can continue building it at any age. The key is novel and challenging, activities that push you slightly beyond your comfort zone. Effective activities. Learn a new language, Duolingo, community classes. Master a musical instrument. Even starting in your 70s shows benefits. Take online courses: Coursera, Khan Academy, local community college. Learn new technology, different software, smartphone features. Play strategy games, chess, bridge, complex board games. Take a different route home and memorize it. Write your memoir or creative stories. Why routine puzzles have limits? Doing the same crossword puzzle daily has diminishing returns because your brain adapts. The challenge decreases. Variety and escalating difficulty are crucial. Research evidence. The Advanced Cognitive Training for Independent and Vital Elderly active study showed that cognitive training provided benefits lasting up to 10 years. Bilingual individuals develop dementia 4 to 5 years later than monolinguals on average. Rule number 4. Eat brain-healthy foods, Mediterranean or Mind diet. The Mediterranean-Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay Mind diet combines elements of Mediterranean and DASH diets. Research shows it reduces Alzheimer's risk by up to 35% and slows cognitive decline by 7.5 years of aging. Daily foods to emphasize: leafy greens, kale, spinach, collards, 6+ servings weekly. Other vegetables, especially colorful ones, at least 1 serving daily. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, 2+ servings weekly. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, 5+ servings weekly. Olive oil, use as primary cooking fat. Whole grains, 3+ servings daily. Beans, legumes, 3+ servings weekly. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, 2+ servings weekly. Poultry, 2+ servings weekly. Wine, up to 1 glass daily. Optional. Foods to limit: red meat, less than 4 servings weekly. Butter and margarine, less than 1 tablespoon daily. Cheese, less than 1 serving weekly. Pastries and sweets, less than 5 servings weekly. Fried or fast food, less than 1 serving weekly. Brain-boosting nutrients to understand: omega-3 fatty acids, DHA, EPA, essential for neuron membrane integrity. Antioxidants, vitamin C, E, flavonoids. Protect against oxidative damage. B vitamins, B6, B12, folate. Lower homocysteine, support neuron function. Vitamin D, supports neuroprotection and clearing of amyloid plaques. Practical start: don't overhaul everything overnight. Start with 1 healthy swap weekly. Replace butter with olive oil this week. Add berries to breakfast next week. Swap out 1 red meat meal for fish the following week. Rule 5. Protect your sleep. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep nightly. Poor sleep increases dementia risk by 30%, and chronic sleep deprivation accelerates cognitive aging. Here's what happens during deep sleep. Your brain activates the glymphatic system, which flushes out toxic proteins, including beta amyloid and tau, the hallmark proteins of Alzheimer's disease. Without adequate deep sleep, these proteins accumulate faster. Sleep architecture matters. You need to cycle through all sleep stages, especially slow-wave, deep sleep, and REM sleep. Most adults over 60 need 7 to 8 hours of time in bed to get 6 to 7 hours of actual sleep. Optimize your sleep environment. Temperature: 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Complete darkness. Use blackout curtains or eye mask. Silence or white noise. Block disruptive sounds. Comfortable mattress and pillows. Replace every 7 to 10 years. Sleep hygiene practices. Same bedtime and wake time daily, even weekends. No screens 1 hour before bed. Blue light disrupts melatonin. No caffeine after 2 p.m. No large meals within 3 hours of bedtime. No alcohol within 3 hours of bedtime. Disrupts sleep architecture. Bedroom for sleep only, not TV watching or work. Morning sunlight exposure. Regulates circadian rhythm. Critical warning: if you snore loudly, gasp during sleep, or feel tired despite adequate sleep, get tested for sleep apnea. Untreated sleep apnea nearly doubles dementia risk through oxygen deprivation and sleep fragmentation. CPAP treatment can reverse this risk. Rule number 6: stay socially connected. Multiple social interactions weekly. Loneliness and social isolation increase dementia risk by 50%. Comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes daily. Social engagement simultaneously activates multiple brain networks: language processing, emotional regulation, memory, attention, and executive function. This creates rich neural stimulation that builds cognitive reserve. Quality over quantity. Having 3 close confidants you see regularly provides more protection than dozens of superficial acquaintances. Meaningful conversation, emotional connection, and collaborative activities provide maximum benefit. Practical ways to connect. Join clubs aligned with interests. Book club, gardening, photography. Volunteer regularly. Library, hospital, food bank, mentoring. Attend religious or spiritual services. Take group exercise classes. Learn something new with others. Cooking class, language exchange. Schedule regular phone, video calls with family and friends. Invite neighbors for coffee. Adopt a pet. Provides companionship and routine. Warning signs of isolation. Going days without meaningful conversation. Declining social invitations. Feeling disconnected even in crowds. Losing interest in previously enjoyed social activities. If you recognize these, actively push yourself to reconnect, even when it feels difficult. Rule number 7: protect your hearing. Annual testing, prompt treatment. Untreated hearing loss doubles, mild loss, or triples severe loss, dementia risk. The mechanism? When your brain constantly struggles to decode sounds, it diverts cognitive resources away from memory and thinking. This cognitive load exhausts mental reserves. Additionally, hearing loss often leads to social withdrawal, creating a compound risk. Take action if you frequently ask people to repeat themselves. Turn up TV or radio volume beyond others. Comfort. Have difficulty following conversations in noisy environments, restaurants. Feel exhausted after social events from concentration effort. Family members comment on your hearing. Critical steps. Get baseline hearing test at age 60, then annually. If hearing loss detected, get fitted for hearing aids promptly, within 6 months. Wear hearing aids consistently, all waking hours for maximum benefit. Protect hearing from loud noise. Use earplugs at concerts. When mowing lawn, using power tools. Research finding: The ACHIEVE study showed that hearing aid use in adults with hearing loss significantly improved cognitive function over 3 years. The compound effect. Following one rule might reduce dementia risk by 10 to 15%. Following all 7, up to 40% reduction in dementia risk, even if you carry genetic risk factors like APOE4. The Lancet Commission identified 12 modifiable risk factors that account for 40% of dementia cases worldwide. The 7 rules I've given you address the most impactful factors. Start smart. Don't try to overhaul your entire life Monday morning. Choose one rule to focus on this week. Master it. Then add another next month. Sustainable change beats overwhelming yourself and quitting. Memory exercises. Now let me teach you exercises to strengthen your memories starting today. Your brain has different memory systems. Short-term memory, seconds, working memory, active manipulation, and long-term memory, permanent storage. These exercises target the specific memory systems that decline first with aging. Understanding memory processes. Memory formation requires 3 stages. Encoding, registering information initially. Consolidation, strengthening and stabilizing the memory. Retrieval, accessing stored information. Most memory problems are actually encoding or retrieval failures, not storage problems. The information never gets properly encoded, or you can't access it despite it being stored. Exercise 1. Memory Palace Technique. 5 minutes daily. This ancient method, used by memory champions, leverages your brain's exceptional spatial memory, our evolutionary strength for remembering locations. How to build your palace. Choose a familiar location. Your home is perfect. Define a specific route through it. Front door, living room, kitchen, bedroom. Select distinct stations along the route. Doormat, couch, refrigerator, bed. When memorizing a list, place each item at a station using vivid, unusual, multi-sensory images. Example application. Need to remember: eggs, milk, bread, chicken, apples. Doormat. A giant cracked egg with yolk oozing onto your feet. Couch. Milk fountain spraying from cushions, splashing everywhere. Refrigerator. Loaves of bread stacked impossibly high, teetering and falling. Stove. A live chicken tap dancing on the burners. Bed. Oversized red apples bouncing on the mattress. Why it works. Your brain evolved to remember spatial locations and unusual events. Combining these with multisensory details, sight, sound, smell, touch, creates multiple neural pathways to the same memory. Daily practice. Each morning, mentally walk your route with your daily tasks. Each evening, place the next day's to-do items in your palace. Exercise 2. Active recall practice. 3 to 5 minutes, multiple times daily. Passive review is weak. Forcing yourself to retrieve information strengthens neural pathways dramatically. This principle underlies spaced repetition, one of the most powerful learning techniques discovered by cognitive science. The method. After learning something, look away and force yourself to recall it. If successful, wait progressively longer before next recall attempt. First recall, 10 seconds later. Second recall, 1 minute later. Third recall, 10 minutes later. Fourth recall, 1 hour later. Fifth recall, 1 day later. Sixth recall, 1 week later. Real-world applications. After meeting someone, turn away immediately and repeat their name 3 times, visualizing their face. After reading an article, close it and write a 3-sentence summary from memory. After receiving directions, don't write them down initially. Rehearse them mentally, then write from memory. Learning medication schedule, cover the instructions and recall them, then check accuracy. After a doctor's appointment, in the car, recall the 3 main points discussed. Why it works. Retrieval itself strengthens memories more than additional studying. The testing effect shows that retrieving information creates stronger, more accessible memories than passive review. Exercise 3. Dual and back training, 5 to 10 minutes daily. This scientifically validated exercise targets working memory, your brain's mental workspace for manipulating information. Working memory decline significantly impacts daily function, following conversations, mental math, multi-step tasks. Beginner version 1 back. Create a number sequence: 5, 2, 8, 5, 9, 2, 7, 8. Say numbers aloud slowly, 1 every 3 seconds. Say match whenever the current number matches the previous one. In this sequence, 5, 2, 8, 5, match. Intermediate version. Same process but match numbers 2 positions back. Sequence 5, 2, 8, 5, 9, 2, 7, 8. Matches the second 5. Position 4 matches position 2. Second 2. Position 6 matches position 4. Second 8. Position 8 matches position 6. Advanced version. 3 back or dual task. Match 3 positions back or add a second stimulus type, letters and numbers simultaneously, matching each independently. Practical tools. Free N-back apps. Brain N-back or dual N-back. Playing cards, flip cards one at a time. Call out when current card matches 2 cards back. Audio version. Have someone read numbers while you walk. Respond verbally. Research basis. Dual N-back training has been shown to improve fluid intelligence and working memory capacity. Studies show improvements transfer to real-world cognitive tasks. Exercise 4. Elaborative encoding. Ongoing throughout the day. This transforms shallow processing, superficial attention, into deep processing, meaningful connections, dramatically improving memory retention. The principle: connect new information to existing knowledge networks. The more connections you create, the more retrieval pathways exist, making recall easier. For remembering names, focus attention. Look at their face intently when introduced. Find distinctive features, unique characteristic, bright eyes, warm smile, silver hair. Create associations. Link name to someone you know. Robert, like my uncle. Create a visual pun. Baker, imagine them covered in flour. Connect to name meaning if known. Parker, parks cars. Use immediately. Use their name 3 times in first conversation. Review. Visualize their face and name before sleeping. For remembering facts, ask why. Why does this matter? Why is this true? Personal relevance. How does this connect to my life? Explain aloud. Describe the concept in your own words to an imaginary listener. Create analogies. What is this similar to? Visualize. Create a mental image representing the concept. For remembering tasks, link to location. When I see the mailbox Q, I'll remember to mail the letter. Task. Link to time. After morning coffee, Q. I'll call the doctor. Task. Create vivid image. Exaggerate and add unusual details. Exercise 5. Mindful attention training. 3 to 5 minutes daily. Many memory problems are actually attention problems. If you never properly attend to information, it never encodes into memory. This exercise trains sustained, focused attention, the foundation of memory formation. Basic practice. Choose a single object, fruit, flower, photograph, everyday item. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Observe every detail, color variations, texture, shape, shadows, reflections. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently redirect attention without judgment. Each time you notice wandering and return focus, you're strengthening attention control. Advanced practice. Increase duration to 5 to 10 minutes. Practice during daily activities. Eating. Notice every flavor texture. Showering. Feel water temperature, pressure. Walking. Notice ground texture, sounds. The 5-second rule for everyday items. When putting something down, keys, glasses, phone, pause for 5 seconds. Give full attention. Notice exactly where you're placing it. Say it aloud. I'm putting my keys on the kitchen counter. This brief mindful moment prevents most lost item situations. Why it works. Attention is the gateway to memory. Divided attention, multitasking, severely impairs memory encoding. Training sustained attention improves working memory capacity, reduces mind wandering, and enhances encoding efficiency. Exercise 6, storytelling and narrative connection. 5 minutes weekly. Your brain is wired for stories. Narrative structure provides a powerful organizational framework for memory. The practice: take a list of unrelated items or facts you need to remember. Create an absurd, vivid story connecting them in sequence. The more unusual and emotionally engaging, the better. Example: remember to buy eggs, batteries, stamps, dog food, light bulbs. Story: a giant egg rolled down my driveway, powered by batteries that sparked with each rotation. It crashed into my mailbox, sending stamps flying like confetti. My dog chased the stamps, barking frantically for dog food. When I opened the bag, light bulbs poured out instead, illuminating the whole bizarre scene. Why it works? Stories activate multiple brain regions, language areas, sensory cortices, motor areas. You mentally simulate actions, and emotional centers. This distributed activation creates robust, accessible memories. Your complete 10-minute daily memory workout: morning, 10 minutes. Minutes 1 through 3, mindful attention practice, observe an object. Minutes 4 through 8, dual N-back training, use app or cards. Minutes 9 through 10, memory palace preparation, mentally place today's important tasks. Throughout the day, use elaborative encoding for all new information. Practice active recall after learning anything. Apply 5-second mindful rule when placing items down. Connect with names using association techniques. Evening, 5 minutes. Review active recall items at spaced intervals. Mentally walk your memory palace, recalling the day's tasks. Plan tomorrow's memory palace. Expected timeline. Most patients report noticeable improvements within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice. Significant improvements appear within 6 to 8 weeks. Remember, consistency beats intensity. 10 minutes daily is far superior to an hour once weekly. Let me bring this comprehensive guide together. Today, you've learned 3 critical elements of brain health. First, how to distinguish normal age-related forgetfulness from genuine Alzheimer's warning signs. Remember the 7 key indicators: memory loss disrupting daily life, difficulty with planning and problem solving, confusion with time or place, trouble with visual images and spatial relationships, problems with words, misplacing items with inability to retrace steps, and decreased judgment. If you recognize 3 or more of these warning signs in yourself or a loved one, schedule a comprehensive cognitive evaluation immediately. Early detection means more treatment options and better outcomes. Second, 7 evidence-based golden rules that reduce dementia risk by up to 40%. Regular aerobic exercise, 150 minutes weekly. Blood pressure control, below 130/80. Daily mental challenges, 30 minutes of novel learning. Brain-healthy eating, Mediterranean mind diet. Quality sleep, 7 to 8 hours with good sleep hygiene. Meaningful social connection, multiple interactions weekly. And hearing protection, annual testing and prompt hearing aid use if needed. These aren't just theories. They're backed by decades of research involving hundreds of thousands of participants. Third, 6 specific memory exercises you can implement immediately to strengthen daily recall. The Memory Palace technique leveraging spatial memory, active recall with spaced repetition, dual NBAC training for working memory, elaborative encoding creating rich associations, mindful attention training to improve encoding, and storytelling for complex information. Combined, these exercises target all aspects of memory formation and retrieval in just 10 minutes daily. The empowering truth: your brain health is not predetermined by your genes. Even if you carry APOE4 or have family history of Alzheimer's, these lifestyle factors dramatically influence whether and when cognitive decline appears. Every single healthy choice you make, today, tomorrow, every day, is a deposit in your cognitive reserve account. Your action steps starting today. Choose one golden rule to implement this week. Begin the 10-minute daily memory workout. Schedule a baseline cognitive screening if over 65 or concerned. Share this information with someone you love. When to seek professional help. Don't dismiss significant memory changes as just aging. Consult your healthcare provider if you experience memory problems interfering with daily activities, getting lost in familiar places, difficulty managing finances or medications, noticeable personality changes, family members expressing serious concerns. Ask for comprehensive cognitive testing, MMSE or MoCA, blood work to exclude reversible causes, referral to a neurologist or geriatric specialist if appropriate. Important reminder: some memory changes are normal with aging. Your brain naturally slows with age. That's different from disease. The distinction matters. Don't panic over occasional forgetfulness, but don't ignore concerning patterns either. Your brain is your most precious asset. It stores your memories, defines your personality, enables your independence, and connects you to loved ones. Treat it with the respect and care it deserves. With the knowledge you've gained today and consistent action, you can protect your cognitive function and enjoy mental clarity for years to come. If this comprehensive guide helped you, subscribe to Dr. Carter's Senior Health Guide for more evidence-based health information. Give this video a thumbs up. And most importantly, share it with someone who needs this information: a parent, spouse, friend, or anyone concerned about their brain health. Together, we can change the trajectory of cognitive aging. I'm Dr. Min-Jun Carter, and I'll see you in the next video.